So let's move on. I'm usually talking and rambling about American-made knives, usually some type of Buck or Walmart exclusive. I'm going to do something a little bit different. And these kind of things, these are exciting knives. Usually I get a taste of something with a little bit of flair to it, and that's what this is. Now this is Boker. Boker knives are actually a German-owned company. Now this knife doesn't happen to be a German-made knife, but it is made off of a Russian design. Now wait a minute. A Russian design knife made by a German-owned company. Somewhere that's just not right. I don't know if I guess we're past the hard feelings from World War II. Hey, what can I say? Specifically being that this is a Kalashnikov. Now, it's made in Taiwan. So let's throw them in the mix. Hey, you know what? This is a world knife. Let's just call it what it is. German-owned company, Russian design, made in Taiwan. Can't go wrong, right? Three of the best military countries outside of the United States as far as producing knives. Let's see what we got. Now, this is a Kalashnikov 74, made by Boker Knives. As I said, it's a German company, producing a Russian design, but this is a Bowie design of the Kalashnikov 74. It's an auto knife. So, you take an American-style blade, because you know the Bowie blade, and you incorporate it into a Russian design. You get a German company to produce them in Taiwan. Well, guess what? It all works. I mean, this thing right here is some type of monstrosity hodgepodge that works, and works really well. You hear that plunge lock, assisted opener? I say assisted. That's an automatic right there. I mean, this thing is just full force. And what's cool is it gives you a little bit of hesitation like normal plunge locks. So if I push it just a bit, but I didn't mean to, guess what? The blade stays locked. So if you listen, a little bit of click. Probably can't hear that, but it's just a little bit of click. So in the pocket, you're not going to get the accidental discharge. Another thing I love about this knife, look at the deep, deep pocket clip on this thing. Full concealed carry. This would be the top of your pants pocket. Guess what? The knife is all the way in there. It's not very thick either. It's got aluminum handles, so it's very light. What kind of steel could that be? Well, let's go with a Japanese AUS 8. So we have everything that you could want in a blade at a very reasonable price. Now I got this one for $25. That's right, $25. You can't beat that. Normally they're $35. Retail states that it's $75. Hey, it's a $75 knife. I'm excited that I got it for as little as I did. Now that's considered a copper coated blade. It's not real copper, it's just the copper coloring. That's that OD green, so it's a military style green. Again, it's aluminum slabs on the side of this thing here. It's got jimping. Now I want to point out something, and I was very impressed. Taiwan's usually known for making some inexpensive, good quality knives, and this is an example of it. The jimping on the blade actually matches perfectly the jimping on the handle. So you don't have like the odd, they don't really match up. You actually get the same series and the same jimping style on that top. That's really impressive to me. I mean, I'm just blown away, especially for a knife of this price range. Now that Kalashnikov 74 comes in different designs, but to me I couldn't go wrong with the Bowie style. They do have the standard drop point where the blade does come out and drop off a little bit, and it's not as exaggerated, but that's a cool design, and I'm going to show you why. Because whenever you do have it and you carry it in the pocket, look, the top of that blade doesn't get in the way of coming out of the pocket. So when you have it in there and you pull it out, you don't get caught on top of the blade until further down. And then that way you've already got the knife coming out and engaged. Really nice knife. Now, could I find any nitpicky things about it? I could, and I found one. One little bitty thing. Now let me close it. And it's actually in the clip. And when they drilled out this clip, now this is being nitpicky, but when they drilled out the clip, there's a little burr on the inside. Now what I could do, and I am going to do, is I'm going to take a file and I'm going to run it under there very gently, and I'm going to get that little burr off on the inside. Just something that they lost in production when they did the clip, easy fix, and it's nothing really detrimental. Especially for a knife that just responds like that for that price range. So again, aluminum handles, AUS 8 steel, it is coated. This is a nice coating paint job on this aluminum here. The clip there is coated as well. It's a really nice metal. It's real springy. I mean, it's a very strong metal on that clip. I have a lot of good things to say about this knife. In the hand, very lightweight, and it does. I have small to medium hands, and it does fit nicely in that hand. And the jimping is a pretty good style right there. You know, if you want to be aggressive or if you want to use the knife. It's got jimping on the back so that when it's in the hand, it doesn't slip. Really good design. So Boker Knives actually produced a real winner. This Kalashnikov design, coming in that it is an AK, and I do own one of those, but to be honest, I am a fan of the 223, specifically the Mini 14. But I'll give a lot of love to this knife. It deserves it, especially in that price range. Now, if you're wanting to find one for yourself, do a little research on the internet, catch them on sale. If you have a local dealer, I don't know what kind of prices they charge, but go in there and give it a feel. It's at first you'll think that the plunge lock is not good, but that's a built-in safety right there. So you get a little bit of click, hesitation, and I can push the blade back in, but I can't pull it out. But you have to give it force to engage it. And that plunge lock actually goes in on the top of the blade up here. And you can see that cutout right there. So that cutout locks right there. And it locks again there. So, whoa, I dropped it. Oh, be safe with knives. They can't cut you. You always got to make a mistake once or twice. So, be careful with them. This one's sharp. Again, Boker Knives, German company, Kalashnikov Designs, a Russian company, made in Taiwan with some Japanese steel. Hey man, you got yourself a winner for around 35 bucks. Get yourself one. I do recommend it, especially for being a plunge lock auto like that. Really nice. Now, throw a little curveball, because I talked about something I don't normally talk about, but I enjoy talking about different knives. By the way, I will start carrying this one a lot because I do like that design. So the box is going to go to my son. But a future knife I want to talk about and do a review is something different. Now, you know, back in the day when you had a blood brother, you know, because you'd share blood, this knife is one of my blood brothers because I have shared a lot of blood with this knife because it is extremely sharp and I have been somewhat irresponsible in my use of it. What is it? It's a Shun chef's knife. Now this knife right here is scary, scary, scary sharp. And I have used it for about 8 years now, believe it or not. Wow, it's been 8 years. And this knife, I've never sharpened it. Now, I've run it 1 or 2 times through the little kitchen. They're not really sharpeners, but they keep your edge straight. You know, they call them the diamond honers, but all they really do is kind of keep that edge down. I'm kind of scared to touch that blade. But this Shun knife, this is a 6-inch Premier chef knife. It is hand hammered. It's made in Japan. And I'll actually talk about this thing. Beautiful style knife. So look forward to that. If you're looking for a chef's knife, this is one of those ones that you could add to your collection. But be sure and keep it in they call these a safekeeper because they're not kidding. This thing is ridiculously sharp. So look forward to that review, and I'll have some information. Something a little different, something exciting. So I hope you find yourself what you're looking for from kitchen to EDC, and have a fantastic day. Thank you.